The figures and instructions in this lesson assume that your iPhone is up to date with the latest version of iOS, which is currently version 14.4. It also assumes that you have a Windows 10 computer. Have you been taking lots of nice photos with your iPhone for years, but you can't figure out how to get them off your phone? I suppose that you could email them all to yourself one by one, but they would still be clogging your iPhone's memory. Do you have years of photos stuck on your iPhone taking up space and you don't know what to do with them? Taking photos with your iPhone is one of its best features, but now that you took all those photos, how can you get them someplace where you can use them or save them? This 1-minute lesson is for you. First, let's get your iPhone directly connected to your computer. Use your charging cable and plug the USB end into your computer and the other end into your iPhone. When your iPhone is connected to your computer for the first time, you must unlock your iPhone and allow it to trust your computer. You must also allow your computer to access the photos and videos on your iPhone. Now that you're all connected, unlocked, and trusted, there are at least 2 ways to download the photos and videos off your iPhone to your computer. I will go over both of these ways next. There is actually a third way using iCloud and syncing, but I've never been able to get it to work reliably, so I'm skipping it. If you're an iCloud user, you probably already have your photos on your computer and your phone at the same time anyway. The first way to download photos and videos moved or copied off your iPhone is to use your iPhone as a USB device, like a flash drive. Start by clicking on the This PC icon on your desktop. This should allow you to see the folder for your Apple iPhone now connected to your computer. This is just like you had a flash drive plugged into your computer, except this time the flash drive is your iPhone. Keep navigating through internal storage, DSIM, and Apple subfolders to find the folder with your photos and videos. Here's how to find your files once you have your iPhone connected to your computer. Double-click on This PC, find your Apple iPhone icon, double-click on that. Keep drilling down through these folders until you get to the folder with your photos. From your iPhone photo video folder, right-click and select Cut or copy and paste to move or copy individual files, groups of files, or the whole Apple file folder, 122 Apple in this case. Or select, drag and drop individual files, multiple files, or the entire Apple folder. To move files instead of copying them, hold down the Shift key while you drag and drop. I usually make a folder and name it on my desktop. Then I deposit the selected files there for further manipulation. I recommend moving the files off your iPhone to your computer to free up space on your iPhone, unless you like carrying around your entire photo album on your phone. Some people do, and that's fine. It just uses up the memory on your phone for photo storage. It's always a good idea to have your photos copied and backed up to your computer in case you have a problem with your phone. Here's another way to get your photos copied or transferred to your computer from your iPhone. This method involves using the Windows 10 Photos app, which is part of the Windows 10 operating system. Your iPhone should be connected to your computer the same as before. Your iPhone should be unlocked and trusted by your computer. We are going to launch the Photos app and import photos and videos to your computer. First, let's launch the Windows 10 Photo app by clicking on the Windows icon in the lower left-hand corner and typing Photos. Then click on the Photos program highlighted in the menu. This launches the Windows 10 Photos program. In the top right-hand menu bar, there is an icon that says Import. Click on this icon to begin the importing process. You should then select to import from a connected device, which is your iPhone. So click on that. The Photos app should then display the photos and video files on your iPhone. You can change the destination where you want to import the photos. I usually select the desktop so they are easy to find, or the folder that I made on my desktop. You can then select each file to transfer individually or select all of them using the pull-down Select menu. Finally, you can check the box to delete the files on your iPhone once they are transferred to your computer. This will move the files instead of copying them. Then click on the blue Import button at the bottom to launch the photo-video import process to your computer from your iPhone. When the import process is completed, you can click on the blue button to confirm the file deletions if you selected that option earlier. Your photos should now be on your desktop or in the folder you selected when you launched the import process. That's 2 ways to copy or move photos and video files from your iPhone to your computer. An extended version of this lesson addresses how to set up photo file formats and file transfer settings on your iPhone. The extended lesson also discusses how to find, install, and use the iMazing HEIC Converter tool. But for now, go clean up your iPhone. There are some settings to pay attention to before you start taking any photos. These settings can make your photo and video file transfer experience go faster and more reliably. The format of the photos on your iPhone affects the rate at which they can be transferred off and how easy it is to use them once they are downloaded and moved off your iPhone. If you set the format for your photos to the new high-efficiency image format, the photo files are smaller and they transfer more quickly and reliably with no loss of quality. This is especially useful if you take hundreds or thousands of photos with your iPhone, like on a vacation or on a trip. The only downside of the high-efficiency image format is that it is different from the standard JPEG format, and some programs may not read it. You may have to convert your photos to the JPEG format once they are downloaded. Fortunately, there is a free utility program to do this. It is called the iMazing HEIC Converter. More about that later. First, let's set up your iPhone photo file format. You can set the file format using the Settings app on your iPhone. The progression is Settings, Camera, Formats. Once you are in the camera format settings screen, you can select either high efficiency, HEIC format, or most compatible, the familiar JPEG format. JPEG format files can have problems later if you want to transfer hundreds of them to your computer. You may get a disconnect error in the middle of moving them. Then you have to start over and move smaller groups of files to maintain reliability of the transfer process. If you only have a few dozen, it is usually not a problem to select the JPEG most compatible format. The high-efficiency format makes smaller files by 40 to 50% so that you can store about twice as many of them on your iPhone. They transfer off reliably and quickly, but you may have to convert them post-transfer to use them with some other programs. Fortunately, there is a free computer program for that. Another important setting for photo files is the file transfer method. This is accessed from the Settings Photos screen on your iPhone. Scroll down to the bottom of this screen and you will find settings for Transfer to PC or Mac. You can select Automatic Transfer Mode or Keep Originals mode. If the transfer mode is automatic mode, the photo transferred to your PC will always end up being stored in JPEG format on your camera and your computer. If the transfer mode is Keep Originals, the photo format will be whatever you set above in photo format, that is, high efficiency or JPEG. If you choose Automatic for your file transfer mode, photos will be stored and transferred in JPEG format only, regardless of the camera capture format you selected earlier. So, to minimize file size on your iPhone and on your computer, choose Keep Originals for your transfer mode and high efficiency for your camera capture format. That's how to assign your file format and photo transfer setting on your iPhone. I mentioned a tool to convert high efficiency HEIC format to JPEG. The tool is free online. To get this tool, search for iMazing HEIC Converter download or go to the link shown. Download the Windows version of this tool for your PC. Double-click on the downloaded file to install it on your PC. You will get a shortcut icon for the program after you've installed it. Click on this shortcut to run the converter tool. Drag and drop your HEIC, your high efficiency files, to the converter and click on the Convert button to convert them to JPEG format. The HEIC converter will ask you where to put the converted files. You can just accept the default location since it is on your desktop, or you can select any named file on your desktop that you may have made earlier. The converted JPEG files will appear on your desktop. That's how to use the iMazing HEIC Converter tool. Here's a quick demonstration on how to use the iMazing HEIC Converter tool. You see that I have 3 HEIC files on my desktop. I'm going to make a little folder by right-clicking on the desktop, selecting New and Folder, and I'm just going to give it a quick name, PIX, for pictures. Okay, now to convert these HEIC files, I'll fire up the iMazing HEIC Converter tool, select all of these files, drag and drop them to the interface, and then click on Convert. It's asking me where I want to put it. I made that folder called Pics. I'm going to find it, so I'll scroll down, select that, and say OK, and the conversion begins. As soon as these 3 files are converted, it gives you a converted OK message. Say OK, look in this folder, and here they are, 3 JPEG files from the original high efficiency files.